The winner was Ohio resident Brandon Graham.
Warm-up. He said, this is, part of the workout. He said, this is not a warm-up, this is not cardio. This is our first exercise, basically.
As those mechanics happen, external obliques begin to contract, and there's a slight twist that occurs in your body. Whether or not the world can see it, whether or not somebody else across the room will see it, the reality, though, is that that's what this man is doing. Little things like that, if nothing else, translate into more neurological control. So when he's actually doing a set of stiff-legged deadlifts, or he's doing a set of leg curls, or he's doing a set of squats, or he's doing a set of lunges, he's able to reap more benefit from the contractile effort and intensity of his muscles than a person that is oblivious to that and hasn't taken the time to develop the kind of neurological awareness within themselves to get that done. So if you haven't, and you probably haven't, become as aware of some of these things that I'm throwing at you right now, having only done 2 shows in your life, you'll see as you go on, you'll end up having to spend more time flexing, more time standing there, more time on stage thinking about what that looks like from the rear when the judges are watching, more time becoming more and more conscious of these things mechanically and neurologically. That's not cardio. That's just getting ready. Yeah. Now, you see how your back is bent here? Round it out just a little bit. Just a little bit. So go from here to here just for a second. Let me see. Good, good, good. All right, now from here, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna rock back. From here, bend your elbow. Kick your hand. Yes. Room. Good news. And up. This is what I'm thinking. I'm stretching my abs. Any cramp that I would have gotten, I felt like I was on the verge of. Right now, this talks to it. It says, loosen up, little ab. You're okay. You can do more. Believe it or not, when you're doing those movements, a lot of times your iliopsoas, these are the so it's a small enough muscle because it's not nearly as large as your back or your lats or anything, but it's a pretty tough muscle, and it's underneath your abs, you know. And a lot of times when we're doing so-called abdominal work and we're not very conscious of making, you know, clear, distinct contractions in our abdominals, we end up working that stuff without even thinking about it. But also, what comes into play to help you crunch and move is your rectus femoris, the muscles in the upper part of your quad. They attach to your pelvis. And this stretch for me always just speaks to stretching that out a little bit. It also helps me readjust my pelvis without having to have somebody crack it for me. From time to time, you'll have people that'll see you working in the gym too, and they may think, you know, what's that? That looks different. I mean, well, that guy doesn't know what he's doing. Until you become pro, and then it's like, hey, well, what was that you were doing? So I just got a nice little stretch going on there, believe it or not. It's also, when you're doing those side crunches, the right elbow, left knee, that kind of stuff, I believe it speaks to the totality of my abdominal, my rectus abdominis. And also, I'm more neurologically aware, again, of my rectus femoris, you know, and my sartorius. Now, why am I even talking about that? That speaks to the upper part of your frontal bicep, your front lat spread, from your pelvis, you know, to the mid portion of your thigh. It's a very important area. Everything we just did addresses those shots, those poses, believe it or not. You will pull from the basic mechanics used here to complete. I'm not trying to do this. I'm actually trying to reach in, stretch him as much as I can by this limited length, by the amount of trying to bring my knees as close to each other as possible. Open them out. Squeeze. I almost want to be able to sit here in a squat with flexion, maximum flexion on my glute. 3, 5, 6, 7. Try to sit forward, okay? Don't ever let your back sit back here. Don't worry about that. Sit forward. 6, good. Here. 7. Let's go. 8, keep your mind here. Let's go. 9, let's go. 10, come on. 11. Don't throw it. Squeeze it over. 6, 7. Let's go. Here. Let's go. 12. Here. Let's go. 2. Just as wide. Let's go. All right, 1 second. Put your heels in the stirrups. You know what that allows you? Imagine when you're squatting, your power. You want to be able to drive your heel through the floor. Same thing. You probably don't feel your heels much in this, but truth be told, the placement of your heels, everything, it helps me consciously with my mind lead my knee, which leads my femur bones out in the right angle that it needs to be in order to activate my glute. Does that make any sense? Yes. 4. Think about squatting now. 5. Yes.
Coming up in part 2.